a piece of CAD software. The software is called OnShape. Okay, now literally log on the internet, put into Google OnShape, and it'll come up there, OnShape Education. Okay, if that doesn't come up straight away, it shouldn't take long. A basic search, you should be able to find that. Now, the great thing about OnShape, okay, there's numerous great things about it, but one of the great things is it's 100% free and it's 100% cloud-based. That means that you don't need to install any software in your onto your computer, onto your device whatsoever. Okay. Another great thing is you can operate OnShape on any device. Yeah, you can operate OnShape on a desktop computer, laptop computer, on a tablet, iPad, on your phone, anything. Okay, as long as you've got the internet, you can use OnShape. So I've basically gone here to OnShape Education, and what you're going to do is you're going to click on Create a Free Account. Now, if we look down here, you can see that some of the great things, okay, like I say, there are numerous great things about it. Just minimize that so we get rid of that. Yep. Is you can create files which you can share with other people. Okay, and those people can make modifications to the file. They can share files with you and you can modify theirs. You can all work on one project simultaneously and you can see the changes that each person makes. Yeah, so you can work on a collaborative big project. Yeah, and in manufacturing and say, for example, the automotive industry, here we've got this engine part. Okay, selection of different components in there. You can see that different people have been working on the different parts of that product, and they all collect collaboratively together to work on that main assembly. Okay, so I'm just going to sign in. I've already created a logon for myself. Signed in already. Okay, and when you sign in, you'll see something similar to this, but you will not see what we've got here. Okay, what you will see is this this box over here, which tells you about your OnShape, files that you've created, things you've recently opened, things you've created, things that you've shared, but also things that other people have shared. So if you were making a product and you needed a component, say a nut or a bolt or a screw, yeah, you wouldn't have to make every single component. What you could do is you could click on public and you could browse to find that component and you could download it. Now, other great things about this OnShape, yeah, as well as being cloud-based, all 100% free, is that you can use the files that you create, computer-aided design files. You can use them to operate computer-assisted, or you can use them for computer-aided manufacture. Yeah, so you can use them for things like laser cutting, and you can also create files for 3D printing, CNC routering. Okay. Now over here, you can see I've got two different things. I've got folders and I've got documents. Okay. Now a document is just one file. Yeah, and in that file you could create numerous components. In a folder you could have numerous components which all exist independently. Yeah, so here I've got a biro that I made. It's all one assembly. Okay, they don't act as individual parts. That's just one thing. If you want to make an assembly, for example, if you were making a component like, say, a bike, which consists of wheels, frame, forks, tires, seat, etc., you'd need to make each of those components in a folder and then put it together as an assembly. Okay, what we're going to do today though is you're just going to go and create, and we're going to get started on a document, and we're just going to start off doing some 2D basics. Okay, just amend that there. Click OK, and there we go. Just give this a moment while it processes. Loading my workspace. It is a three-dimensional area. Okay, there's three axes. We've got an X, a Y, and a Z. X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I can orbit around this three-dimensional space by using my right click and moving around like so, and you can see that the cuboid there also moves with it. If I want to go back to my original view, I can basically go to this little box here and I can go to isometric. So right click and select isometric. If I want the view just rotate very marginally, I can use these arrows. And if I want to work or look directly at a work face, for example, if I just want to look flat two-dimensional at this front work face, I can click just like so. Yeah. go back to isometric. Now we're going to be working first of all two-dimensionally. I'm going to select this work face here, this horizontal work face. I'm going to select it and I'm going to say sketch. And you will have seen there that all of my tools suddenly just changed, okay? These are 2D tools. We've got a range of different geometry tools. We've got lines, rectangles, circles. If you've got a little arrow to the side, you can click and you can see this sub-selection of different ways to draw the tool. It's also got shortcuts, okay? But we're going to start off just by drawing a simple circle. Now I want to draw on that surface, okay? I've selected the surface already. It said that that's the sketch area. But what I'd like to do is look flat down two-dimensionally at that work surface. So I'm going to click on top. Now when I click and drag, okay, I'm going to click, drag, create a circle. I can snap it right to the center if I wish by using this node here, okay, and that's known as a datum, a starting point. So yeah, I'm going to click like so, and I'm going to draw a circle. And you can see that the size of the circle is 125.877 millimeters. If I want to change that dimension, okay, and I want to make it a particular specific size, I can take this dimension tool and I can click, drag, change that there to 100, press enter, and that'll change subsequently. If I want to change it again, it's fine. I can double click on that and I can change it to 120. Yeah, click OK. Right. I am not going to close this and finish this sketch yet. As soon as I close that, that sketch is finished. Yeah, like that. I can't draw on that now anymore. If I want to go back to this and draw on this same sketch, what I can do is I can click, right click, and edit. The sketch is now active, it's reopened. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw two more circles inside of this circle. These are known as concentric circles. Yeah, so I've got two concentric circles within a circle. I'm then going to take my line tool. Incidentally, this is known as a spline. Yeah, a spline is basically just a wiggly line that you would draw point, click, and it would be basically do a curve to the best fit between those points. But I'm going to take my line tool here and I'm just going to click and drag straight across just like that. Yeah. To release this, you can press escape or you can right click and press escape. Now what I want to do is I want to trim segments of this line away. So I'm going to take my scissors tool. Yeah. Or actually, if I wanted to dimension this, what I could do again is I could go to dimension, click. I think I'm going to change that to 100. And I think I'll change this one to, let's see how it looks at 90. No, I'm going to change that to 85. Enter. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to trim sections of this line away. I've taken my scissor tool and you can see that it's selecting the areas of the line which are intersected, yeah, which have got a line dissecting across. So I'm going to delete parts of this and like I say, I want to just make a simple happy face. Scroll wheel, move in, that's all good. Click on that scroll wheel to pan and I want to remove that little section of the line there. There we go. Okay, zoom out. There we go. So I've learned how to draw some simple geometric shapes. I've learned how to dimension those shapes and I've learned how to trim sections to create more random or yeah to edit shapes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a selection here and I'm going to draw an ellipse. It's a center ellipse, so I click and drag and you can see there it's coming from the center. I'm going to just drag that like so. Take my dimension tool, whoops, need to do that again. Click, drag to release. Well, and now you can see there what it did is it did the vertical dimensions and now what it's doing is doing the horizontal. So I'll click and there we go. That's the ellipse drawn. If I want to change the dimensions of it, what I can do is I can click. Here's my vertical. I'm going to change that to 30. Then I'm going to take my horizontal and I'm going to change that to 20. Click OK. There we go. Yeah. I can also I've selected that there. I want to copy this feature. Yeah. I go to Sketch, deselect everything, Sketch, right click, Edit. I can now click and drag and select just that part of the sketch. I can press Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and it's giving me a duplicate. And what I can do is I can use these handles here to drag it to the correct position. Yeah, I could use this handle here, and that would allow me to do a free transform. But I prefer, oops, copy, paste, copy, paste. I prefer to do it like so. I feel that I've got more control. I can also use this handle here as a protractor to rotate it, and you can see I can put in very specific values about the rotation that I'm applying. Press enter, and there we go. So sorry, it wasn't enter, it was just a left click to release. Okay, so you can see I've got all my dimensions on there. Now what I would like to do is I would like to make sure that this distance is totally symmetrical. If that's the center there, I'm going to take a line and I'm going to draw straight up. Yeah. Then what I would like to do is make sure that this distance from this line to that center point, make sure that they are both exactly the same. So I put that in at 25, and I'm going to use my dimension tool here, and again there, and I can put that in at 25. So I'm using different lines there to ensure that my geometry is precise. Now this is all covered in these dimension marks, okay, these arrows showing the sizes, etc. If I was to basically 3D print or laser cut or anything like that, these dimensions would no longer appear. Yeah. Click to release. That's all done. That's a 2D drawing. Okay. I've used a range of different tools there to introduce 2D drawing. Obviously, you can experiment with these more if you wish to. I would like you to have a go at just producing a simple emoji. Yeah. You can then basically you can save that. It'll automatically save. If you want to edit it and change it, again, I'll explain. You click on sketch 1. Here we go. Edit. Yeah. Now, anything else that I do, okay, if I do any of the operations on this, they're going to appear along this history bar along the side there. Okay, every action I do is recorded in this bar up on the left-hand side there. Yeah. So, once you've created your emoji, it's automatically saved as 2D basics. You can either take a screenshot and you can send it to me. I'll basically, whatever evidence I request, you need to see to send me a screenshot, or you can share it from here. Yeah, if we go here, we should be able to right click, and I'm pretty sure that we could click share, and you could share it with me, Mr. Barber. Yeah, so you could put my email in there and you can send it to me and I can edit it, or I can just view it. Okay. I think I would prefer, though, we'll probably do this using Teams, using assignments. I'd like you just to take a screenshot, yeah, dump that screenshot into a document and send that screenshot to me via assignments. Okay, that's easier for me to keep a track of things. Okay, so that's an introduction there into the 2D basics on OnShape. Basically creating an account and getting started. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in. Get that first activity done, and then you can move on to the tutorial number 2, which I'll be posting and uploading ASAP. Okay, thank you and bye.